Well, good morning, everyone. And once again, welcome to another live this morning, the first one of 2024. And we're happy to be on with you. And we're going to say hello to some of our dear friends. Mike from Norland, good morning and Happy New Year, Brahim. The same to you, my friend. Eric from Ottawa, good morning. Thanks for coming on. Andrea, Niagara Falls. And Sandy, good morning. We appreciate you guys. Elaine, Newfoundland, as you get your nativity, you get your notices. Beverly, good morning. Madeleine, Kippawa, Quebec. Marcia from Mexico. Hola. And Fran, Orangeville. Susan, good morning. And Jerry, our dear friend from Nouveau Brunswick. Nick from our staff. And Nellie. And Linda. Oh, those Lindas. New Brunswick. Marlene, good morning from Newfoundland. And Sandy from Minnesota. Catherine, Happy New Year to you guys. Marl, Ottawa. And Donna from Park Hill. Jeanette, good morning. And another Linda from Chino, California. Dave, good morning from Muskoka. Vince, Happy New Year. Keith, good morning to you. And did I say hi to you already, Nellie? I think so. Deb Timmons, good morning. Lori and Ryan. And Donna from Bell Valley. Diane. Hello, Earlton. Barbara, good morning. And I can't see. Denise, North Bay. It went up in the clouds, guys. Cheryl and Milika, good morning. And Luella, West Tennessee. Wanda from Virginia. Lori, Niagara Falls. And Annette, Nouveau Brunswick, good morning. And Catherine, Newfoundland. Vera, Newfoundland. And Jean, good morning. And Carolyn, how are you? Cletus, how are you? And Carol. Tina, good morning. And Evelyn, Chile, yeah. Yolande, bonjour. I was waiting on you, Yolande. And Helga, good morning. Bruno, North Bay. Annette, how are you? It's a reset month. Yeah, we'll talk about that a little bit. Wendy, there she is. Bonnie, good morning. Dorothy, I missed you. I didn't mean to. And Sandy, good morning from BC. Victoria, good morning to you. John, Elgin, Illinois. And Rose, how are you? From the kidneys of Canada. Bonnie, Manitoulin Island. Lorna, me. Maria, good morning, guys. We appreciate. Karen, how are you from Sault Ste. Marie? Jocelyn from Baxter. Shelley from Baxter. Sandy, good morning. And Sandra, Sue, good morning. Okay, let's get going, guys. Janice, how are you? And I wanted to say hello, and how are you to everyone, but can't do it. Okay, now, I want to talk to you this morning. Let's just talk about the reset for a minute, okay? Because I know many of you are starting out on the reset, many new people, and maybe you're not even live with us this morning, but I want to encourage people here this morning on the reset, okay? Let me just encourage you. And I talked about last week joining us for a 1 week reset. Those of us, okay, that have already done the reset and just got off track through the holidays, do a week. Because at the end of the day, okay, the end of the day, what is the reset? What is its primary goal? It's to get a person out of the 93% of the population. 93% of the population used to be 88. In 2016, it was 88 of the population. In, I think it was 2022, it was increased to 93% of the population suffer some form of insulin resistance. So 93% of the population got a big problem. I'm going to quote someone here. Let me just see if I can find it. Okay. Let me find this quote. Hold on a minute. Okay, here it is. Here's a quote by a Dr. Berkman, okay? And he is a specialist, PhD, in insulin and insulin resistance, okay? So listen to what he says. I'm going to quote him. Insulin resistance is the single most common health disorder in the world. Insulin resistance is the single most common health disorder in the world. It will increase the risk of every chronic disease. Folks, you have to understand the reset. The reset is a metabolic thing. It's to take one out of insulin resistance, out of that 93%, and put them on the narrow road that leads to life. Okay? Jesus said there's a broad road that leads to destruction. 93% of the population are on that road. And a lot of people, of course, they don't know they're on that road. Nobody's ever told them. Because for a lot of people, everything has to do with lab work. Or they go to their doctor and everything, you're all right. Because they're testing the wrong things. They're looking for love in all the wrong places. They're testing wrong. And they don't look at, for example, blood sugar. I like blood sugar, by the way, okay? I'm not against testing your blood sugar. But if you understand that everything in your body is designed to keep your blood sugar in a very, very, very tight. You know how I've said this to you hundreds of times. You can eat 20 donuts. Don't do it. But it's been tested. You can eat 20 donuts. And within an hour or two, your blood sugar will be back to normal. Okay? So if you're just testing blood sugar, okay? If you're just testing blood sugar, it's not a good indicator that your body is going south, so to speak. Do you know what I'm saying? Insulin resistance can be tested. You can find out if you're in that 93%. If your A1C, that's a 3-month average of your blood sugars. Glycated hemoglobin. What does that mean? It means sugar is so destructive in your body. It attaches to hemoglobin. What's hemoglobin? Well, that's your oxygen inside your red blood cell. Sugar attaches, it hooks its wagon to it. And you can do a test. And if you're above 5.4, you have insulin resistance. You're in doo-doo. You're in trouble. But your body is trying to tell you. But if you don't test it, if you don't understand that, and this is what we call metabolic syndrome. It's insulin. It's insulin resistance. And like Dr. Berkman says, it is at the root of every chronic disease. Hello? Cancer, cardiovascular, heart attacks and strokes, high blood pressure. It's not salt. It's sugar. Alzheimer's, type 3 diabetes. It's your brain can't process that sugar properly. It gets saturated. Not saturated fat, but saturated with sugar. Insulin has trouble crossing the blood-brain barrier. Diabetes, of course. Every day. I read something the other day. I think we're spending in the United States alone, over $1 billion a day to try and treat diabetes. And diabetes, my friend, is a food problem. It's not genetics. It's food. It's making the wrong choices at the table, in the kitchen, in a restaurant. It's food. And 93% of the population are in that. So why do I plead with you? And guys, you're my audience, so you already know this. But why do I plead with you and others? Like I've always told you guys, I'm like John the Baptist in the wilderness. Hello! You know, John the Baptist was saying, Jesus is coming. The Messiah is coming. I'm saying, diabetes is coming. Heart attacks are coming. Cancer is coming to a theater near you. Alzheimer's is coming. You have to change directions. So that's what there's such a wide appeal. And let me just talk to you about something else, because somebody asked me the question the other day, not on Friday, but between question and answer Friday and today. Okay? Very good question. Dr. Martin, how do I lower my triglycerides? Well, now you're thinking. Now you're thinking. Because doctors, I hate to be negative, triglycerides, meh. They're so focused on cholesterol that they're looking at the wrong thing. You have to look at triglycerides when you get your blood test. Look at your triglycerides. You want low triglycerides and high cholesterol. It's the opposite of what they're teaching. Everybody and their dog wants to lower your cholesterol. Why? Because they found a medication that can do it. Oh, Dr. Martin, I lowered my cholesterol every day, 7 days a week. I get asked the question on how can I lower my cholesterol? 7 days a week. And I don't blame people for asking me that. I mean, I mean, if you did, anybody that followed me for any length of time, you wouldn't ask that question. You'd be asking this question. How can I lower my triglycerides? Okay? Right? What's more important? Lowering your cholesterol or lowering your triglycerides? Well, it's triglycerides. How do I lower them? Cut out the carbs. Stop eating sugar. That's what elevates your triglycerides. And then of course, people are thinking. They go, okay, doc, I cut out my sugars. Okay, good for you. That is a huge step. When you do the reset, one thing for sure, no sugar. Okay? No sugar. But then I tell people, okay? I said, I want you to lower your carbs too. Like, no carbs. Well, that's for 30 days. I give them an example. You take a cup of white rice. Take a cup of it. Okay? And here's the answer to something. What does that do? Well, when it breaks down, and it does very rapidly, you got 11 teaspoons of sugar. So what does that do? It sends your triglycerides into the stratosphere. I love rice. Okay? I love rice. I went to China. I did seminars in China, okay? Years ago. And I go, I want chicken fried rice. When I went to China, they don't have Chinese food. Not the Chinese food I like. Okay? Like, I want chicken balls. And I want chicken fried rice. In China, what? What are you talking about? We don't have that. I said, oh, I'm in the wrong place. Okay? And I was joking with the people who invited me there. I said, where's your chicken balls? I want that chicken fried rice. That's what I love Chinese food. Okay? They said, we don't eat that here. Okay? Anyway, guys, when you eat starchy carbohydrates, bread, pasta, rice, cereals, sweets, muffins, bagels. Don't fool yourself. They're going to be broken down into sugar rapidly. Rapidly. And then your triglycerides go up. Because that sugar is going to be stored in your liver. And when the liver gets full, you make triglycerides. Not cholesterol, triglycerides. Fat balls. Not chicken balls, fat balls. That's how your body makes fat balls. Triglycerides. Not from fat, but from carbs. Again, elementary, but folks, we have a medical industry that doesn't understand that. The very fundamentals of Nutrition 101. They don't know that. Listen, I've taught people that should know better, giving them basic biochemistry of food. Sugar, not fat, makes you fat. But it's not just fat. It makes bad fat, triglycerides. So you see, folks, isn't it important to understand that? If you want to get out of that 93%, if you want to get on the narrow road of 7%, put your hand up. Do you want to be part of the 7%? I do. Okay, I do. In 1 week, listen, Linda, in 1 week, you're going to empty your liver when you eat the reset. Are you going to be hungry? Well, you shouldn't be. If you're eating the right fuel, if you live on eggs, if you live on meat, and you live on the right dairy, butter, cheese, eggs, meat, and cheese, you shouldn't be hungry. Your body will make an adjustment, no doubt about that. For some worse than others. When you are metabolically very unwell, here's what I used to tell my patients. Suck it up, buttercup. I said, you came to me. You're in deep doo-doo. You're not only in that 93%. Your triglycerides are high. Your cholesterol is low. Your inflammation markers are high, your CRP. You're in doo-doo. Your body is screaming for help, and you came to the right place. Trust me. You need to change your diet. If you want to change your health, you need to change your diet. You need to change what's going into that mouth every day. And so the reset was created for that purpose. It was to make diabetics non-diabetics, or to make a carbaholic, okay, to make a carbaholic to change directions in their body. The thing that they could control is food. Now, like I said, I never said that it was easy. If you want easy peasy, you came to the wrong place. Because one thing about this world, it's not like it used to be. Go back 100 years. The world's changed, guys. They have sugar in everything. It's in everything. They add it to everything. And then they make food. The food industry fell in love with Crisco. The food industry fell in love with seed oils. And they could package the goods, and even bread they can make last forever. How do they do that? So the food industry doesn't care about your health. It really doesn't. They care about sales. And the medical industry doesn't know anything about food. You talk about a terrible combination. They don't even teach nutrition, really, in medical school. Imagine. It's not taught. So what happens? Physicians come out of medical school, God love them, and they're hooked on cholesterol, not triglycerides. They want to lower your cholesterol because they think, they've been taught, they've been told, day in, day out of medical school, that if you got cholesterol and it's high, you're in trouble. It's the opposite. You're blaming the wrong problem. It's not cholesterol. It's triglycerides. It's those fat balls. So, Dr. Martin, here was the question. How can I lower my triglycerides? You can do it in a week. You can start lowering your triglycerides when you get on the reset. You're going to cut out all sugar and all carbohydrates. Folks, doesn't that make sense to you? Doesn't that make sense? It works. Tens of thousands of people have done it. And the proof is in the pudding, their blood work. I'm looking at your A1C goes down. Okay? Your triglycerides go down. Your CRP, which is inflammation, C-reactive protein, goes down. Okay? Your HDL, cholesterol, goes up. By the way, so will your LDL. So what? It's actually good for you. I know that goes against the grain. I know it is. I know we're on a little narrow path. But it leads to better health. It leads to the truth about food. So, Dr. Martin, can I have white rice? Nope. Not for 30 days you ain't. And when you're a diabetic, you know, I used to get hundreds and every year, hundreds and hundreds of diabetics come into my office. And many people had no idea. As a matter of fact, they were taught to eat wrong and they were a diabetic. They were told the wrong thing. You better watch out for your red meat. Why in the heck would someone be told to cut out red meat if you're a diabetic? Why in the world would someone say that? But they say it. You know, red meat, the red meat. The red meat. My word, the poor red meat. The poor cow. They want to get rid of cows. Whoever, because you know what happened, okay? I've watched it, okay? I've been on this planet long enough. Man, I tell you what I have seen and what I've screamed at, okay? This happened 20 years, no, more than that. Probably 25 years ago, I watched it happen. Remember, I had a radio show, okay? So I was always on the edge of nutritional news or whatever, because I brought to my audience revolutionary thinking, even 30 years ago, okay? But about 20 years ago or more, maybe 25, the Diabetic Association of Canada and the United States said, here was their reasoning. Because diabetics are much more susceptible to heart disease, we must lower your cholesterol. So what they did, a couple of things. One, they put everybody, they had an edict come out to the physicians about 25 years ago. Said this: because your diabetic patients are much more susceptible to heart disease, true, we want you to put those diabetic patients on statin drugs. It was like an edict. Here's what we want you to do. So physicians, knowing nothing about nutrition, started putting their patients, diabetic patients, on statin drugs and then telling them, don't eat red meat, especially, because that's going to elevate your cholesterol even more. And I had a constant headache. I had a constant levels of high blood pressure. When I heard the stupidity of that, I screamed as loud as I could to get people's attention that that was not true. Why do diabetics have trouble with heart disease? Is because it's called sugar diabetes. It's sugar that elevates your triglycerides, that causes glycation, damages your blood vessels. It's sugar, my friend, not cholesterol. Guys, I've been at this a long time. Okay? All I'm saying is, man, oh man, oh man, I know when you start the reset, just be ready for this. The world out there, your friends, your family will think you're woohoo, woohoo, crazy. How are you following that Dr. Martin? He's crazier than a hoot owl. But we can prove it. Okay? We can prove it. Your triglycerides will go down. Your inflammation will go down. Your A1C will go down. Your HDL will go up. Your cholesterol will go up. Yeah, but it's good. It's good. So guys, that's where we come from. So welcome to the reset. If you started already yesterday, welcome. Would you just tell us that you're doing it? Can you tell us on our private, if you're not on our private Facebook group, would you please join it? Okay? And just so that we know. And listen, there's no judging here. We're not judging anything. We're just encouraging. We want to encourage you. And one of the ways to encourage you to do it is actually saying, my name is Tony, and I'm a carbaholic, and I need help. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. Okay? And all we're going to tell you in our group, no judging, you want to see a community, our Facebook group. We're all a bunch of cheerleaders. We're a bunch of motivational people to tell you, look, man, you can do this. It ain't easy, but it's worth it. It's worth it. And you know what? Take it a day at a time. And for those of you that have done the reset, and if you want to just get your body, I mean it, back on track, let's do it for 7 days. 6 days is enough to empty the liver. But to get everything else, let's do 7 for those who want to do it for 1 week. If you have autoimmune, if you're diabetic, if you're got if you're in that 93% with high triglycerides, low HDL, belly fat, high blood pressure, any of those things, I even look at uric acid, elevated CRP, inflammation, do the 30 days, my friend. It'll change your life. Read the testimonies of the reset. Okay? Read them. They're unreal. Okay, I just thought I'd tune you up this morning. Okay? We just do a tune-up and get you excited to be on this journey of good health. Okay? So we got a great week coming. Okay? And we appreciate you guys more than you know. More than you know. We have no idea. Okay, what did I say at the end of 2023? We've hit 85,000 followers on Facebook. We've had 4 million and counting downloads of the Doctor Is In podcast. 4 million and counting. That's you guys. It's our audience. We don't do it. I don't do it. You do it. I just got a big mouth. Okay. Guys, we love you so much. We'll talk to you soon.